What you streaming?
Hey y'all.
Hey everybody.
Welcome to the What You Streamin' podcast. I'm Allie.
This is Katie.
And we are your hosts of this fantastic little podcast called What You Streamin'. Hello. Welcome to the minisode of What You Streamin'. Welcome to the What You Streamin' minisode. I'm your host, Allie. And in this week's mini episode, I am going to keep it pretty short and sweet. Let you know what movie we are talking about next week. And I'm also going to play a little clip that didn't make it into last week's episode with Scott and Adam from the Orange Years. There was actually a lot of content that I had to cut out of that episode. We talked for, I feel like maybe 2 hours. We talked for quite a while, and of course I had to cut quite a bit of that out. But there was a fantastic conversation about who they wished they had gotten for the documentary that they couldn't get. And also we talk about Coolio, because it's Coolio. So stay tuned for that, which it will be coming up here in a few minutes. But first, I want to let you know that next week's episode is going to be about a movie called A Ghost Waits. And this was one of Katie and I's favorite movies from the Nevermore Film Festival, and I feel like I say that all the time, but this one we really enjoyed, and it was one that Katie picked out that I wouldn't have picked for myself because it was like a romantic comedy, horror comedy movie, but Katie picked it, and it turned out to be just a really beautiful movie, and this one of the song that plays at the end is one of my favorite songs now, and I have it on every playlist that I have. I absolutely love it. And A Ghost Waits, it is a movie about Jack, who is played by one of the film's co-writers, or one of the film's writers, McLeod Andrews, and he's trying to fix up this old house, and he finds out it's haunted. And so he's trying to get the ghost to move out of the home, and finds himself kind of falling in love with this little ghost lady. It's funny, it's sad, it's cute, kind of runs you through all the emotions. And we will be joined by the director and co-writer of A Ghost Waits, Adam Stovall. And it was a really great conversation with Adam about his filmmaking journey and how kind of music and mental health played a role in the creation of A Ghost Waits. I guess, trigger warning, we do discuss suicidal ideation and suicidal thoughts as part of this conversation, so that may be triggering to some individuals, but it is an important part in Adam's filmmaking journey and in my podcasting journey as well. So I definitely wanted to leave that in the episode because, again, it's an important discussion and an important part of our journeys. In the episode description, I will include timestamps for where and when those conversations start and end. So if you want to skip over them, you can. And again, it was a great conversation, and I really hope that you enjoy the episode as much as we enjoyed watching the film and talking to Adam about his journey. And A Ghost Waits is our last film that we're talking about, you guys. It's our last episode. I think Katie and I will be doing kind of one more to wrap everything up, and doing the finale, and then that's gonna be it, I think, for What You Streamin', at least for this season. Still don't know if we're doing another season. We may not. If y'all would like us to keep doing this, definitely let us know. because that will help us decide our next steps. If you are looking for something to listen to once What You Streamin' ends, season 3 of the Fun with Friends podcast will start on October 13th. So that will be coming up in about a month. And then I'm launching a new podcast called the Wandering Creatives Podcast. And that one is focused on makers and creatives, artists, singers, anyone that kind of falls under that creative umbrella. And I'm interviewing folks and talking to them about their creative journeys and what it takes to make it as an artist, as a creative, and what it's like owning your own business and what the ups and downs are. So we kind of talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly of being a creative, being a maker. You'll be able to find that everywhere, and it is launching on October 4th. So keep an eye out for that one as well. Without further ado, I would say watch A Ghost Waits. You can stream it pretty much everywhere. It's on most video on demand platforms. Watch it maybe this weekend, and then listen to our episode next week. And in the meantime, here is Scott and Adam, the directors of The Orange Years, talking with Katie and I about trying to get folks to be in their documentary and what that was like. And I will be in your ears next week. Bye.
Is there anyone on your list that you didn't get that you wanted to be in the film?
I mean, we could have interviewed people for years, because like you said, it's 40 years, like a bunch of shows, dozens of shows. I would say there was more people on the list of, I thought when Adam and I started this, we would never be able to get. like we were like, oh, if we don't get Kenan Thompson, that's okay. He's on Saturday Night Live. He's this huge star. I never thought we would have gotten Kenan Thompson. I never thought we would have gotten Christine Taylor, who's, look at her career. And we did, so I thought, I would say, yes, there are people that we would have been cool to get, would have been cool to meet, would have been cool to have in the documentary. But I'd say the list of people that we never dreamed we could have got that we actually did is much bigger. One that I mentioned earlier is Alanis Morissette. For those that don't know, she was on You Can't Do That on television. And then, Iggy Pop, Iggy Pop was on Pete and Pete. He played Little Pete's girlfriend's dad. I think that would have been cool. So yeah, there are people that would have been cool, but ultimately it's like, okay, we're already packing a ton of people. Like you said, it was very ambitious. It's like at some point we had to cut it off because we're like, if we get any more, then it's not going to do, all the people are only going to be on the screen for like 5 seconds. Like, hi, I'm Danny Tamborelli. I played Little Pete. Hi, I'm, Michael C. Marone. I played Big Pete. Okay, now we're moving on to Clarissa. So, and booking the interviews got easier and easier and easier. And by the end, we had some people calling us like, hey, I heard you're doing this documentary. I'd love to do an interview. And so it was actually, by the end, we had the opposite problem. In the beginning, it was hard to get people. And by the end, we're like, okay, we got to call it because we got to start editing this thing. Like for real, we were kind of editing as we were going, but it's like, we got to really dive into the edit. And if we get any more people, it's going to be confusing for the viewer and it's going to be disrespectful for all the people that are already in it.
Yeah. At some point you can't, you don't want to go the like J.K. Rowling or George Lucas route. You know what I mean? Like where you're just like, oh, okay, by the way, McClunky. Don't forget McClunky. That was a thing. And Han shot first, right? And so which he absolutely did. Oh no, he did shoot first. He absolutely did shoot first. Greedo did not shoot first. That's just the truth. So but yeah, for me, we talked with Amanda Bynes' team potentially, which would have been great. We love her. But I agree with Scott. I think Scott put it as well as you could possibly put it, is that when you got 90 minutes, you have to ask yourself, what is the focus of the story? Who are the heavy hitters? Because it's like, you could have been like, oh, hey, by the way, we interviewed Neve Campbell and Ryan Gosling. Yeah. It's like, yeah, but Ryan Gosling was in one episode of Are You Afraid of the Dark, right? Like Alanis Morissette was in one season or what, you know what I mean? Like it was like, so you got to almost like have to do tiers, right? And unfortunately, it's like Animal Farm, right? It's like everybody's equal, but some are more equal than others whenever it comes to telling the heart of and the overall story.
I mean, you got Coolio, so.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey, we did. Yeah. Hey, and that's the thing, right? I mean, at the end of the day, if you can get Coolio, like
You're golden.
whether
You got
it's
You're golden. And that is one that's kind of like Adam said, he's not crucial to the story, but we're like, we got to put this
You
in there
got
because
Coolio,
no
though.
one's going to expect it. No one's going to expect in this Nickelodeon documentary all of a sudden to see freaking Coolio. So I'm really glad we got him. That was
I
awesome.
want to see Coolio in everything. Put him in Nomadland,
Put him in every
in
single movie.
Minari, put him in the new Avengers.
Bring Coolio back. That's what
He's
I'm
just,
talking about.
any
he's just
movie.
chilling.
Yeah, any movie, if you add Coolio to it, it becomes better. There's no scenario where Coolio.
Just like a floating head in the background.
Yeah, make it. Yeah, totally. Like he should be, like in the new Doctor Strange movie, the multiverse, have a bunch like do Spider-Man into the do Coolio into the Coolio verse and have just different Coolios from different dimensions. I'd be down.
Love it.
I would watch it.
Totally into that. Oh my gosh.
Also, if you are enjoying the podcast, hop on over to Apple, iTunes, and leave us a review. Maybe smash that star button. Give us 5 stars only. No. Leave us a review, like, subscribe, comment, share with your friends. All of that fun social media stuff. We really appreciate it, and we hope that you are watching something good this week. Get out there and get to streaming, folks. Bye.